IVS も始まりまして、今日は本日の半ばになってまいりました。皆さんちょっと体操とか大丈夫ですか？次のセッション聞く準備できてますか？じゃあ拍手の練習しましょう。できてますか？ありがとうございます。はい、じゃあ続いてのセッションに参りたいと思います。続いてのセッションは日本のコングロマリット企業が Web3 への移行を見える将来の展望です。それでは登壇者の皆様をご紹介させていただきます。 SBI ホールディングス執行役員の奥山正史様です。お願いします。はい、続きましてソニーバンク DX 事業企画部長金森佳也様です。お願いします。そしてお次に NTT デジタルディレクターの唐沢宝生様です。よろしくお願いします。そして最後に本イベントのモデレーターを務めていただく IVC の創設パートナー田中昭夫様です。よろしくお願いいたします。よろしくお願いします。それではよろしくお願いいたします。
今ですね、日本語が紹介ありましたけど、皆さんこのセッションは英語です。So we started with a Japanese introduction, but just in case you didn't know, we're going to have this session in English. So I believe we do have some AI translator above us, which has maybe 80%, 70% quality range. So if there's something weird you see on the screen, it's probably not our panelists, it's a translation. So keep that in mind. But with this, I would like to actually start not with introductions because it will take up too much time. We only have 30 minutes. So today, our topic is what exactly are big Japanese corporates? So we brought you the biggest ones here in Japan. NTT, you've heard of them, the telecom from Japan. And Sony, well, everybody has Sony products at home, but in Japan, Sony is also a big fintech company. And we have Sony Bank and SBI Holdings. So we have another big global holdings company in the fintech field that's actually also doing Web3. And I just wanted to check the also audience. Who's not from Japan? Please raise your hand. Okay, good. So this is mostly for you, but also people in Japan may not know what's going on in their kitchens in those big corporates. So hopefully we get to learn something. And I would like to actually start this with a very interesting question I got at the end of last session. So a person from a global accelerator came to me. They said, in the US, some of the big corporates already started to do crypto, whether it's banks and non-banks. And they're trying to do the same thing in Japan and found out Japanese banks are not interested in crypto. And I told her, she's totally wrong. We have some people speaking in a session. So maybe, just as a start, maybe each one of you could introduce, because we have all image that Sony is not crypto and, NTS is definitely not that direction, but it's all wrong. So maybe you can actually give us, in short, maybe 1-2 minute short blurb on what each of you are actually doing in this space. So we'll start with the biggest and oldest company here. But you don't look very old, Kanamori.
Hello, yeah. Check, yeah. So hi, we're NTT. So the Web3 arm of NTT Group, as Akio-san introduced, one of the oldest and one of the biggest. We didn't call us telecom because we're kind of really tech conglomerate right now because we not only providing the wireless and the wireline, the FTTH, also the data centers and the system integrate a lot of things, to just for you you guys who not familiar with
So
NTT.
if you spend money in Kyoto with your credit card, probably it was processed by NTT data.
Exactly. So we have like amazing numbers, 100 million accounts in Japan. We have that. So we call it D accounts. So a lot of the, we have the payments, you name it, a lot of services, yeah. So as a entity digital, as I said, we're a pure Web3 company, the Web3 arm for NTT Global, NTT Group. So our focus right now is digital wallets and the infrastructure supporting the wallet. So just quickly, maybe I will explain the detail later. Or product in
Yes,
the
please,
street.
because I said 2 minutes.
Okay. Then I save it for later. Just let me pause and then pass to that.
Okay, we'll keep that for later. Thank you. And then let's go to Sony Bank, Kanamori-san.
Okay, thank you very much for introduction. Let me share my slides and let me introduce ourselves also. So I'm Kaya Kanori from Sony Bank, and I'm leading the Web3 new fintech, Web3 fintech business in Sony Bank and also collaborating with Sony Group. So this is the strategy about Web3 of Sony Bank, our Sony Financial Institute. And on the right side, that's our image. And based on this strategy, we are, for example, developing wallet or NFT marketplace collaborating, and also security token offering.
Okay, so I have to say, this doesn't look like a presentation from a bank.
Okay.
Very different.
And let me answer your question. So I totally disagree for your comment. So bank or kind of financial institute is the real Web3 player in each countries, because we believe also the Web3, but to let's say maximize the Web3 benefit, combining with Web2 and Web3 are important. In that era, Web2 kind of, for example, KYC approval or easy and safe service provide is important. That's why, for let's say, kind of bank would be the important role.
Okay, so maybe we can save the specifics to later discussions.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And let's move over to SBI. And actually, I did tell the American Accelerator, among all the traditional financial institutions, SBI is most aggressive in this space.
Well, I would say most progressive, yeah, not aggressive, I guess. But,
Is there a difference?
well, I guess not. Sometimes some difference in between, but in terms of what we do, as you know, we have created this ecosystem in the traditional financial industry, services area, and we are trying to create a similar ecosystem in crypto and blockchain field as well. For the purpose of discussion, maybe we can call it Web3. You know, we have exchanges, we have market maker, and we are working on a custodial service as well. And we use crypto for international remittance as well. So I will keep it short for everybody, but SBI does everything like we do in the traditional financial field.
So actually, this wasn't not in a script, but I actually have to ask you a question, because this is something else I heard from a foreign guest earlier today, that they found it was very strange that there are lots of Japanese corporates doing Web3, but when they ask what they're actually doing, most of them say, oh, we issue NFTs or we do metaverse. And it sounded more like a PR, not real business. And so for maybe each of you, I want to ask, first of all, is Web3 for you, is it just a PR or is this real business? And if it's real business, what do you like? Do you have any KPIs or goals? That's something I wanted to ask. So maybe starting from SBI here.
It's definitely not PR for sure, because
You're not doing NFT just to be cool.
no, nothing at all. I mean,
You bought
it may
NFT
have
marketplace.
may have that effect as well, but we used to use paper for financial services, and now we use internet, and the next one is blockchain. So we do not see this as so you call in Japanese kakuryose panda. It's nothing like that, right? It's more like a genuine tool for us to be successful service provider.
So your bosses at SBI expect financial results from those activities, not just PR results?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, so what about you for Sony Bank and Morisa?
Okay, at this timing, now, let me say it is more promotional market.
Okay, so he's brave enough to admit it. But until now, yes.
Yeah, because as for example, NFTs it's good for the promotion at this moment. But on the other hand, customer need to use that. So in that point, NFT is good, and gradually customer will be adapted to the Web3, and in that timing, more financial function would be important, and then we can make more, do some business, crypto business or financial business as you. So that's gradually the, yes, Web3 market will expand, we expect.
What about for NTT? Is this, but you guys actually committed a big budget, so it must not be just PR.
So
it's a very expensive PR budget. Otherwise.
Obviously, that we're like 100% subsidiary of the Docomo. So once you establish a subsidiary, definitely there's a business plan for sure. Cannot disclose that. Very aggressive. That's why keep me up at the night. So definitely we're very serious about this space. But I also been asked that why so people talk about NFT and crypto. Someone say like the buzz, it's already over. Why doing this? Who cares? Who cares NFT? Actually, I think that a lot of you have been asked about the same question. For us, actually, I hate talk about NFT. The reason being, I also hate talk about blockchains. The reason being, talking about blockchain. So, is there anybody talk about TCP/IP as a protocol?
I'm a geek, so I used to, but not anymore.
Not anymore, right? So that's the right reaction. Nobody talk about TCP/IP. Talking about layer 1, layer 2 is talking about TCP/IP. By the way, we call it a protocol, historically, right? And then talking about NFT, how to build up the new business around NFT, it's just same as talking about how we can build a new business for JPEG. Anybody want to start, create a startup for JPEG? The focus on JPEG. Can you raise the money?
Yeah, I have not seen a startup say, "Hey, we are a JPEG company."
Right. So we're doing. So that's what we're doing. It's so silly, We're talking about JPEG, right? So I think that essentially the key question is not about technology. It's about what value can this kind of type of technology bring to the enterprise, to the customer, to the users. Yeah, that's a key question. I agree. There's a certain demand for financial use case. So a lot of the trend of the ETF approval, the tokenization likely continue. Started from the relatively simple asset like currency, crypto, and move to the real estate and stock. I think it's true, but the way which is the token are to be used for the general enterprise and the user, I believe is still the matter of the exploration. Nobody have the right answer at this moment. So I have my answer, but I keep it for later part because I think I'm speaking. Speaking too much.
You save your answer for now, but I have actually a question. So I actually talked to one of your team members. I won't say which company to protect your secrecy and identity, but basically, I talked to one of the 3 companies' team members, who is, of course, responsible for Web3 initiative in this big corporate environment. They said the most difficult part is actually not talking to people like you, because you guys are already enlightened. The most difficult part of the job is to talk to other departments within the conglomerate about what you're doing Web3. And often, you met with blank stare, and it's very difficult convincing them they should be doing something with you. And maybe it's a common, everyone's nodding here, so maybe it's a common issue. So can you explain to us what do you have to do internally to make it into a business, and what's the difficulty when you talk to other non-Web3 departments? Well, you are smiling, so maybe we'll start with this. Okuyama-san with SBI. Why are you smiling?
Was that me? Because it wasn't me, so I mean, it must be some common
Maybe
programs.
all of them.
Yeah, it was funny because we have some SBI audience and they're looking at me too. So that was funny, but I mean, it is common for all the organizations. I think more people, then everybody has their own agenda, and it's very hard to unify the, you know, manpowers into same direction. You know, that's very generally speaking too. But especially this is a new technology, and when it comes to financial services, you know, we are under supervision of FSA, and people tend to be very protective and conservative. And whereas what we are trying to do is very innovative and, you know, progressive. So, yeah, there's always a battle between those. Well, it's not two because there's always like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different intentions. But yeah, I think it's very important for everybody in the group companies to talk to each other, to trying to align the interests together. Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna tell you who did it. It was actually someone who works for NTT. Sorry, but so is it for you like to talk to other departments within a large NTT group? Is it like, hey, let's do something with JPEG or TCP/IP? Is that what's happening?
Yeah,
there?
yeah. I think I don't know exactly how it looks like inside the SBI, but I would imagine that it will be much easier than talking to the people in the NTT Holdings. So please cut this part.
Why do you think so?
Just the way we, so I don't put Web3 or NFT as a like separate agenda. So nowadays the story I'm telling is, okay, this actually is a part of the digitization. So nobody say no to DX, right? Nobody say no that everything you move to the digital. And then think about it, tokenization. What does tokenization mean? So my definition is user sovereignty. Basically, it means that user can have control over your data. You can decide who you want to share that with and for how long, the level of the detail. And if you want to cancel that, revoke that, you need to be able to do that. So that's the token. So then somebody will say, why? Does anybody care about that? So then they ask. So imagine, look at your bag, right? What inside? Cosmetics, wallets, maybe like a battery. Imagine that if anybody use your wallet, use your cosmetic, use a toothbrush without getting the approval from you, and they're making money out of that, and then without let you know.
That sounds like Facebook's business model.
Exactly. So we can't tolerate that in the physical world. Why we allow that for the digital world? So same principle should be applied to the digital world. So the reason people is not quite sensitive about that because the level, I mean, maybe it's like relatively low value data right now we're talking about, but imagine that your My Number, your passport, your cash, everything is moving to the digital, to your wallet. Then do you really want somebody to use that? I would say exploit that without any consent from you. So that's a key question I will ask.
So your trick is don't mention crypto, don't mention Web3. Try to talk about some problem that they will always agree on.
So my strategy is how many yes I can get. I try to get 100 yeses before I really move to the main topic.
That's a very good tactics. I think I'm gonna steal it next time. So don't mention it until they agreed 100 times.
Yeah, hopefully not 100 times, but yeah.
Do you have similar problems to Sony Bank, or you guys don't have any problems because Sony is cool?
Yeah, we have problem. Yes, as you said. So, yeah, could you share the presentation material on the
Yeah, slide please.
slides, please? Okay. Yes. Yes, these are the activities which Sony banks do in Web3 field, and yes, as you said, Karasa-san said, we never mention NFTs. For example, on the left side, we present NFT digital asset to the customer who came to the concept of the Juju, but we never say NFT. We say digital asset or digital item, and then customer enjoy it. That's important. And also
So you didn't give out JPEGs.
no, yeah. And customer really enjoyed it. And also, to your questions, yes, yes, actually, we have problem with the, let's say, traditional employee of Sony Bank. They don't understand the Web3 trend. So the experience by themselves.
What about other departments like PlayStation team or Sony Electric Company teams? When you show up, do they leave or they still talk to you?
Yeah, some of them believe it, but some of them cannot imagine what's the benefit or what's the trend. So in that case, we show the evidence how we do it in the real world, and also the experience by themselves are important. So we also present this NFT to that kind of employee, our colleagues, and they experience it. That's important.
So next question, and since you guys are actually regular visitors here at IBS, I think I should be able to check your answer a year or 2 years from now. So this is something more predictive that I'd like you to do. Since every one of you is working on something in a big corporate environment, and I do believe it's not for PR, it's actually for some longer business objective. In Japan, and then of course, three of you know alone, there are other corporates who have Web3 departments. What do you think, your own prediction, the first real business hit that could happen out of Web3 initiative from corporates? It could be your project, it could be someone else, doesn't really matter. If you could share with us your own prediction, and I'm going to ask my colleagues to take a note so we can check with you a year from now. But your prediction as of July 2024, what would be the big hit that might come out of Japan in Web3 space? Not from startups, because they're already innovative. I'm talking about from corporates. All right, who wants to go first? All right.
Okay, we believe the Web3 world will expand more. In that era, taking care for the privacy of the customers.
Privacy.
Yes, important.
Same issue, yes.
Yes. So
Did you just steal the idea from NTT?
Yeah. So taking care for the privacy of customers' information in public blockchain is important, and the technology, that kind of one would be important, we believe.
So you're to talk about TCP/IP in JPEG. So you're like a ZK.
That's
Love
right.
the metaphor, right? Great, love it.
Yeah. And when do you think that will happen? Like in year 2070, 80, or is it something closer?
Yeah, that's true. So without asking this question, the service provider got that kind of information without exchanging the KYC information. That world would be important. Yes, in Web3 field.
And how soon do you think that would happen in Japan?
1.5 years later.
Oh, that's pretty quick. Yeah. All right. So we'll check with Sony Bank a year and a half from now if that's happening. But maybe we'll hear from SBI. Oh, you want to go first?
Yeah,
Yes.
so,
What's
I think-
NTT digital prediction?
Yeah, I think that a couple of things will happen within 1 year. First one I like to introduce sorry, it's not like it's about selling something to you, but they're the initiative called Web3 Jam. We just launched 2 months ago.
What is it called? Web3?
Web3 Jam.
Okay, Web3 Jam.
There's 15 enterprise right now on board, including like Ajinomoto, like Konami, Sanrio, all enterprise.
So did they know this is blockchain?
Yeah, they know. So it's interesting. So yeah, of course, we're talking about the TCP/IP, but we're not put it that way. We say, okay, forget about the blockchain, the wording. They think this is a giant CRM for all of you guys. Okay, so now everybody have CRM, everybody has Salesforce, everybody have your own SAP, anything. So since it's a giant CRM, the data is sitting on the user side, and the company don't need to like invest vast amount of the money resource to get the first party data. So you play with the zero party data. So that's the new keyword I'm using right now. So then by centering, you put user as a center, it's easier for different enterprise to collaborate. So because before this initiative, right now, if, for example, Coca-Cola want to collaborate with Ajinomoto, it's like a point-to-point integration. So it doesn't work, believe me, because when the number of the company increase, the complexity grows exponentially, right? So right now, if you put a user as a center, So think that blockchain as a big giant CRM. It's a more hub and spoke model.
CRM with the data sitting with the user.
Exactly. User hold the data, and all company need to do is to earn the trust with the user, and then you can definitely collaborate with others because the data is the user side. You don't need to take care about the GDPR, right? Forget about GDPR. 10 million per year, for run the GDPR infrastructure. Forget about it. So that's something we've been working. I'm surprised after we made the announcement, we got a lot of the interest from the other enterprise. We started from 15 company. Right now, for the past 1 month or two, the number is skyrocketing to 70.
And these are big corporates.
Yeah, including, I would say like 70% big corporate. I was surprised by the response, the reaction from those corporate, because I think they're interested in how to work with others. So I strongly believe we can build the first, also I say, this kind of the corporate-driven use case within this fiscal year.
Okay. So
Hopefully
you're
we're
predicting within the year.
Yeah.
When does fiscal year end for NTT? March?
It's March.
Oh, that's very soon. Okay. We can check the facts next March.
Okay, of course it depends on how hard my team member, will work. Yeah.
All right. Do we have any predictions from SBI?
Well, you're putting me
for
in
this
a
fiscal
really
year?
difficult
By the way, I'd
position
love to
here
also
because
invite SBI and Sony.
And did they say yes?
we are united companies of SBI, so I don't want to speak on behalf of certain group companies, or I certainly am not authorized to speak on behalf of group. I will leave that to Chairman Kitao. But, well, one thing I can say is, well, for example, I'm serving as a CEO for SBI Ripple Asia, which is a joint venture between Ripple and SBI. And we provide payment solution to Japanese payment service providers, right? Using blockchain, XRP Ledger, and also the crypto XRP. I think within 1 year, or maybe two, we should be able to sell more of these solutions, and maybe not our solution per se, but something similar to this would be more common in international remittance industry.
So is the solution already finished?
Oh no, it's there, and we have customers, and it's really cool.
So it's actually already being used.
Yes, it's being used. Yep.
Among real financial institutions?
Yes. Financial institutions. Yeah.
So you already told us what happened. That's cheating.
No. I'm saying we will see more of that. Right
more of
now,
that,
it's
okay.
not really common practice to do that.
Yes.
People still rely on Swift.
Yes.
But in a little bit, it won't be something crazy new thing anymore.
Okay. Right, so I'm just checking the timer. We have about 2 minutes. Is it okay if we take some questions from the audience? No. Okay, so this is a chance for you to talk to NTT, Digital, Sony, Bank, or SBI. So if you have any questions to our very frank panelists, please raise your hand. Anybody? Are you guys the shy Japanese people? I thought only that happened among... Oh, here's someone who's not shy. Please come to the front. I'll give you my mic. Please introduce yourself and then ask the question.
Hi, I'm Jonathan. I was just wondering about your thoughts about stablecoin here in Japan.
Maybe I'll start with SBI because they already announced something.
As you know, we have a regulatory clarification based on the new legislation came out last June. And even though there is no licensed entities exist as of today, but I think it will be very popular, things that stable coin can enable is just incredible. So I think it will be very, very popular really soon, and hopefully something happens this year.
This year, okay.
Yeah, we believe also the opportunity about the stablecoin. And as that's on the slide explained on the right side. Yeah, we do POC also about the stablecoin. So in the payment ecosystem, we believe some part of the payment it would be by token or something. So that world would expand, we believe.
Is that something Sony Bank might use internally for your own financial system?
Internally or in the ecosystem of the Sony or something.
Anything from NTT?
Yeah, so we're not launching our own stablecoin, but I believe that there are going to be a bunch of the stablecoin in the market. So what we're doing is this, right? So SBI stablecoin, Sony stablecoin, maybe CBDC in the future. That's what we do. Remember, please.
Thank you very much. With that, I think we are running out of time. So maybe everyone here give our very frank, very unlike, typical Japanese big corporates. They've been actually able to share with us a lot of interesting insights. So please give them a big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. じゃあ皆様最後にもう一度大きな拍手をお願いいたします。